Hello, everyone. Continuing on from the last presentation of Brilliance of Pompey, lines 1 to 5. These other lines 6 to 16. A little bit messy because I've had to jump around because of YouTube's time parameters, but we got there in the end, I should hope.
Calsa quae sit. This is what the situation is, videtis, as I see it. Nunc quid agendum sit considerate. So consider, indirect question, or our second indirect question actually, what agendum sit, gerundive of obligation, what must be done, what needs to be done. Primum, first, videtur, it seems. So videtur there is it seems. This is going to trigger an indirect statement. Decendum esse is where we go next. So it seems that it needs to be spoken mihi, dative agent, by me. So it seems that I must say, I must speak de genere belli, about the nature belli of the war. Deinde, next, about the size. De magnitudine, about the size. Tum, then. De imperatore deligendo, then about the selection of the general. Okay, so we have here a gerundive in deligendo, gerundive by attraction, because it's agreeing with imperatore. So really what it's saying about the selection of a general. Remember that a gerund can't have an object, therefore imperatore goes into the ablative in agreement with deligendo rather than as an accusative object of deligendo. Okay, so deligendo here becomes a gerundive rather than a gerund. So once more, really nicely, now consider what must be done. First, it seems that I should speak about the nature of war, next about the magnitude of it, then about choosing a general. Genus est, eius belli, est, it is, genus, the kind, eius belli, of war. Quod, maxime, which we need to go all the way to the end here. Vestros animos excitare atque inflammare ad persequendi studium debeat. Okay, so debeat is where we start. So quod, which debeat, which must, and note the subjunctive use there. Okay, so that kind of generic subjunctive use, which must excitare, arouse or excite, vestros animos, your spirits, maxime, most greatly, atque, and also, inflammare, to inflame or to kindle, ad studium, to your zeal, okay, or your keenness, persequendi, of following it through, or more nicely, to kindle your zeal for completing it, or for, I think following it through still works. So it is the kind of war which ought most greatly to excite or arouse your minds, and also to kindle your keenness in finishing it. In quo agitur populi Romani gloria quae vobis a maioribus cum magna in omnibus rebus, which translates to, excuse me, sorry, I've just been playing around with the pens here, hence my slowing down. So in which gloria, the glory, populi Romani, of the Roman people, agitur, is at stake. So note the meaning of agitur here, and that's going to continue for the next paragraph as well. Quae vobis a maioribus, so quae here is relating back to gloria, so which a maioribus, and we're going to have to go all the way down to tradita est in the next line. So tradita est was handed over, a maioribus, by your ancestors, vobis, to you. So you plural, so all of the people who he's addressing in this speech. Cum and tum should be taken together. And I would state quae your relative pronoun again, because it gathers this. It controls this one, and which both was great, was both cum both magna great, so it's referring back to the glory still, in omnibus rebus, in all matters, in all affairs, tum and also summa, supreme, in re militari, in military affairs. So once more and a bit more cleanly, the kind in which the glory of the Roman people, which was handed over by your ancestors to you, is at stake, and which was not only great in all matters, but also supreme in military affairs. Agitur, note the emphatic positioning here of agitur. I'm going to translate this at the end of the sentence to try and emulate the same sort of emphasis, albeit in English. So, salus, the safety, sociorum atque amicorum, of your allies and also amicorum friends, pro qua, for which, multa, you can't read that very well there, multa maiores vestri magnae gravia bella gesserunt. So we start with maiores, for which your ancestors, so maiores, your ancestors, vestri is your ancestors, gesserunt, have waged, multa, many, magna et gravia, many great and serious bella wars. Is at stake. Okay, we'll finish off with agitur, is at stake. So the safety of your comrades, of your allies and also friends, for which many of your ancestors have waged great and serious wars, many great and serious wars, is at stake. So we'll do the same thing with aguntor here. In this sentence, we'll hold it and to translate it at last. Aguntor certissima populi Romani verticali et maxima. So the most reliable and dearest taxes of the Roman people. So certissima, most reliable, vectigalia et maxima. So et maxima and dearest vectigalia taxes. Populi Romani, of the Roman people, aguntur, are at stake. Quibus amicis, a nice ablative absolute here, which I've kind of translated more conditionally. So quibus amicis, which things having been lost, or if these things should be lost. So ablative absolute, both. So et followed by another et is both and. So both requiratis, you will be seeking, is what we need to go to there. So you will be seeking, or you could simply say you will lack, et both ornamenta, the ornaments or the trappings, pacis, of peace, et and subsidia, the resources, belly, of war. Aguntur bona multorum civium quibus est a vobis et ipsorum et rei publicae causa consulendum. So here bona is goods, or we could say property, and we'll leave aguntur to the end again. So bona, the property multorum civium, of many citizens, quibus, whom, quibus, so whom, est consulendum is what we need to go to next. Whom, I guess, a vobis, by you, so who should have been consulted, or whom you should consult, et causa ipsorum, both for the sake of themselves or for their own sake. So causa is the sake of here as a post-positive, so it goes after the genitive pronoun and noun that it governs. So both for the sake ipsorum, of themselves, so for their own sake, and et rei publicae, and causa rei publicae, the sake of the republic. aguntur is at stake. So putting that nicely again, the property of many citizens whom you should consult both for their own sake and the sake of the Republic is at stake. Thank you, everyone. I'll see you in class in our next lesson.